Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be a little bit of a different short video talking about everyday carry tools you might want to bring with you in a more restrictive state like where I'm in right now in New York. And quickly guys, before we get this video started, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to this video's sponsor. This video's sponsor is going to be Right to Bear. If you have ever thought about self-defense protection, Right to Bear is kind of where it's at. They are not just concealed carry insurance, but they are just overall self-defense protection. Even if you don't protect yourself with a firearm, but you protect yourself with a knife, a hammer, or any other item that is around you, they specialize in protecting you with that. I've seen them all the time on the checkout screen at Palmetto State Armory, so I was pretty familiar with them ahead of time before this sponsorship. And the really cool thing is the price point for what you get. For just $15 a month or $165 a year, you get unlimited civil and criminal defense, psychological support after a self-defense encounter, expert witness coverage, firearms and self-defense training and education, quarterly firearms newsletters, and then also discounts on a bunch of different industry partners. To make that $15 a month even more palatable, by using the code FREEDOM in the discount section when you check out on protectwithbear.com, and that's going to save you 10% off of your subscription. As you guys can see, we are in a totally different location, and obviously I do apologize for lighting and audio being a little bit interesting. I had to make somewhat of a mad dash up to the state of New York. So I thought, why not? Let's do kind of just a small talk about maybe some EDC items. So if you don't already know, the state where I'm from in Pennsylvania, the laws are pretty all right as far as what we can carry on our person for defense. Of course, that is non-reciprocating in the state of New York, so I can't just bring a firearm up here. Even after Bruin, they are already getting around it with some pretty shady stuff, including a very lengthy process to get your concealed carry permit, whether you're a resident or a non-resident. And on top of that, they have made it so that the only businesses or places that you can carry a firearm in are places that have a green sign on the door that say you are allowed to carry your firearm in here. If you don't have a sign, you're not legally able to carry a firearm in there. I know there's going to be a lot of folks out there to say, well, screw it, go there and just carry anyways, and that I understand that. However, in my case scenario, when I have a family, do I really want to risk possibly 10 years in a New York prison because somebody spots the gun that I'm carrying on my person and I lose everything I have back home in the free state of Pennsylvania for a small, short, let's say 1 week time in the state of New York? Make that determination for yourself. Here's some things to consider. So always, I carry a white light up here in the state of New York. Having a white light is a surprisingly okay defensive tool. Now this one is not the most powerful. It's an old school ProTac Streamlight that's been there and done that. I don't even have a lens on it right now. It's shattered and it is what it is. But having a powerful white light can aid in your situational awareness. When you're in spaces that you don't have a firearm, you'd be surprised at how many times just kind of shining a light on somebody or on the ground or whatever just kind of makes them somewhat reevaluate you as a potential target. Aside of that, just having one that you can just do regular everyday tasks with is of course always nice. In the state of New York, knife laws, just like everywhere else, are completely gray. I am not going to sit here and tell you that carrying a knife on your person is going to make you 100% okay. I personally still choose to carry a knife. This one is a pretty beat up Spyderco. This one is the Super Gold. Depending on where you're at in New York, may not be ideal. Now, where I'm at in New York, in this particular county, this is okay. Of course, as well, we have the pepper spray. This is really important, and this is probably one of the most important tools, in my opinion, that you could keep on you in the state of New York. I choose Palm pepper spray. I don't have any affiliations with them at the moment, but I love this top cap thing. I've carried other options in my pocket that don't have a pocket clip and also don't have that safety, and it gets real close to giving me quite a hot leg in the middle of the day. So having this is nice. Now, I'll tell you flat out, New York has some pretty wild stuff when it comes to New York compliant pepper spray as well. So I'm not an attorney. I don't know if Palm is legal in the state of New York. However, I'm sure you're probably going to be semi-okay with some pepper spray. They're going to be a little bit more understanding, I would imagine. But as far as less than lethal is concerned, if drugs, alcohol are involved, or somebody has a gun on you, this is obviously not going to be the best tool. However, if somebody's just trying to pick a fight with you, maybe they haven't shown you a firearm yet or whatever, you just need to get them to stop what they're doing. You don't need to be lethal at the moment. This is a really, really good tool to have. As usual, I just want to touch on general basic preparedness. I'm not going to get into the weeds about like all of my EDC tools. Obviously, I'm carrying a wallet and all that fun stuff, but having a lighter is a really important tool to have. This goes with having trauma medical in your vehicle, possibly on your person, a car ride, long car ride. These are all general preparedness items that you want to have, but having a reliable little lighter, like this Bic lighter. You know, I used to carry a Zippo, but it running out of fuel every 3 seconds is really not great. Now, that's going to wrap up kind of what I carry on my person. As far as bringing a New York compliant long gun into the state, like a pump shotgun to keep with you at wherever you're staying, it's great. The firearms laws in New York suck, the long gun laws suck, and then also the self-defense laws are atrocious. If you protect yourself like something like a knife or any other lethal tool like a firearm, there is no castle doctrine in the state of New York. There is no stand your ground law, and they will almost always be making you battle it out in court. So you need to kind of weigh the pros and cons with where you're staying, how long you're going to be staying, the security of the place that you're staying at, and just kind of have your mind at high alert. There's some general things that you want to do, especially if you don't have a firearm on your person. Avoid places. Maybe not go out to bars late at night in dangerous areas with dangerous people, right? All those things are going to be very important in a state like New York. And then on top of that, you know, clothing, right? This shirt here, although it's an awesome Firearm Freedom shirt, I wore it specifically for this video, not trying to be all gray man, but at the end of the day, maybe don't wear a shirt that's like screaming guns and looking like a cop and all that fun stuff. That's probably not ideal in a state like this. Try not to paint a target on your back. But guys, that's going to wrap up this short and sweet EDC video in this terrible state that is New York. I love my family that's here, but man, do I hate this state. And if you have any other questions on this topic, please put them down below in the comment section. You guys know I absolutely will get back to you. Head up to the description, check out the ways to support the channel. And as always, stay tuned for more great videos coming soon.